hey, if you're a US citizen and you want to protect your retirement and you haven't got our free ebook yet, then you're really missing out. So click on the link in the description and find out how you can secure your retirement and your future today.
Well, hi guys, good to see you both again. James and Adam, how are you both?
Yeah,
Yeah, very
thanks,
good.
Charlie.
Well,
As long
good.
as
How
you're
are
good,
you?
we're good.
Exactly. Well, life is very, very good. It's a bit scary for people who don't know what's going on at the moment, and for people who haven't been watching, they're seeing banks closing lots of branches and seeing lots of changes. And people always get scared when they don't know what's going on. When you do know what's going on, you have nothing to fear. And I've been on an incredible journey for many, many years now, and I've learned to take responsibility for my future, because if you put your life in other people's hands, you become dependent on them, and if they let you down, there's nothing you can do. So it's very important that we look after what we've got, we build on what we've got, we take control of our lives and don't leave it to somebody else. There's too many people in this world who've handed over their future, their security to somebody else, and they've been let down. So both Adam and James have been talking to us about gold and silver. Today, I'm going to be the guinea pig on the switching. Well, I've seen everybody else do it, and I've seen the success. But today we're opening an account. Charlie Ward is opening an account in his own name and putting in an amount of money. And because the time is right, I'm going to buy silver today.
Yep, perfect.
And we're gonna monitor this so my audience can watch and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll track it, absolutely. And we'll see. You'll see firsthand what switching can do.
And this again is something that James always reminds us. This is not financial advice. This is guinea pig Charlie showing you what's going to happen. But actually taking there's not many people out there, especially in the financial world, who will go, well, I'll tell you what, you should do this because I've done it.
True.
Yeah,
well, this
exactly.
is what we're doing.
Great
I
point.
bought gold and I bought silver. Today, I'm buying silver to go switching.
Yep. Let's go. Let's go. Do you know, we always say that's the best thing, Charlie. If we say, oh, this is something that we do and we've got results, that's great because we're doing it and we're telling other people what we do. But even better than that is we say, this is what we're doing, these are results we've got, and then other people do it and they say, and these are results that we've got as well. That's our job done.
Yeah.
If we only serve ourselves, then we failed miserably. And we said this recently on a webinar. We want to be able to pass this information on that other people can do it as well. And at that point, we feel like we've succeeded, mission accomplished.
Yeah, I tell you, you get a right buzz, Charlie, when somebody's made their first switch and they can see the results. It's a buzz for us as it is for them, you know.
I spoke to an insider the other day, James, who said exactly that to me. He said, I've been switching now for a year. He said, I'm loving it.
Brilliant. Yeah. Takes once it clicks, people just they run with it, and they know what to do when the time comes, and that's the key thing. They have a plan. It's a determined profit, so you know when your number comes up, when it's time to switch, you know what you're going to get. There's no surprises, and it works amazingly well.
It's very much like riding a bike or skiing. When you look at people doing it, first of all, it looks difficult and you just don't know if you can do it.
Yeah.
Then when you've got your balance and you start pedaling, the first thing you notice is a big smile across your face.
Yeah.
The same with skiing. When you start going downhill,
I'm doing it. Yeah.
And then when you get into a snowplow and you realize you can stop as well, that's even better.
Yeah. Because like you said at the beginning, you control your destiny. You're steering, you're in the driving seat. Same with this. You can determine the amount of metal that you've got without putting your hand in your pocket. And that's what we've been banging on about for so long is, look, so what, gold and silver go sideways for a bit. You can still make more metal while they're going sideways. And if they go down, you can make more then. And if they go up, well, everyone's happy when it goes up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's very good. You'll be pleasantly surprised, I'm sure.
Yeah, I
really
can't
good.
wait. Yeah, can't wait to see the results because the ratio of that up over 89 today. Looking at it now, yeah, so it's a great time to buy silver.
Exactly, and this is where it all it takes is what you and I describe as common sense. You don't need a degree from university.
Oh, far from it.
You don't need to go to college to learn about finance. You don't need to go to the financial institutes. You just need to use a little bit of common sense. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, Charlie, let me explain how simple this is, just for anyone that's not heard it before. Myself and James, at the beginning of this week, we went over to Germany to attend a conference. It was our Vestas 15-year anniversary. And we had a bit of drama getting there, which I'll tell you about in a second.
Yeah.
Drama getting there and drama getting out, to be honest. But one of the things that with all this switching, a game was made to make it really simple, a card game, cards and dice. That was it. And I just want to show you how simple this is. So everyone starts, and I'll see if you can actually see this. Everyone starts with 1
Cards
gram
are too
of
shiny,
gold.
aren't they?
Yeah, they're too shiny. So everyone starts with 1 gram of gold, as you can see their card. And the aim is to get to 20 grams of gold. Okay. So everyone starts with that. Then you get these two dice, and whatever number you roll, you times it by 10 just to make it into the ratio. So for example, you've got your 1 gram, roll the dice, and let's say you get 80. Yeah, sorry, you get 8 on the dice. You times that by 10, that's 80. And at 80, you decide to switch to silver. So you times by 80. So your 1 gram turns into 80 grams of silver. You got 50 and 3/10. Okay. And then you roll the dice again. And let's say you roll these and it goes to, you get a number 4. So you times that by 4. Sorry, you times that by 10 to be 40. And you divide your 80 grams by 40. And that gives you, if you can see, 2 grams of gold. And this is the
doubled your holdings.
You started with 1 gram. You went to 80 grams of silver, and now you're at 2 grams of gold. And this is how you are multiplying your metals. I know this is it's a very simple game, and you're just rolling dice, and for the ratios to be 80 and 40 within a short space of time is unlikely, but it hammers home the principle that by playing this game, you can multiply your metals. And our aim is actually to get this game out, maybe in physical form, maybe in digital form, so that people can play it and get some practice in of actually switching with some numbers and work it out and maybe play against each other. But yeah, we were playing on the plane coming back, and yeah, it's really, really good, really powerful, and you can try a few different strategies out, and yeah, really good.
I think I'm more passionate about getting it out there for families and their children, the kids. Imagine if they're playing this with the kids, what they'll learn from it. In later life.
Yeah. Kids learn through games, don't they? I guess adults do as well. So it's very powerful.
One of the biggest learning games as a youngster was obviously Monopoly.
There you go.
Yeah.
And a lot of children don't understand why these games are put out there. It's to teach you how to do it. But nowadays, there's very little teaching done in school as to how to run a business, how and what's wise to do to make money, because the whole system doesn't want you to do it. It's only for the elite to do that, not for the normies, as they would call
it.
Yeah. True. Well, let me just share with you a few different things from the conference, and then I'll tell you the drama that we had getting there and then getting out, because it was pretty it was pretty extreme.
Emotional.
So we're here at the conference. It was great to kind of see everyone and hear new developments and to celebrate the whole time, rather than having the little dice in a room like that. They actually had a wheel, and you spin the wheel, and that gives you your gold-silver ratio. And then you can decide, and they did it, in the full room, decide whether to switch, and they pitched 2 people against each other, which was really good. And then we actually got to go into their armored truck. And they have an armored truck that they can now deliver metals themselves and, you know, help people if they want to have physical metal or actually hand in physical metal. And again, it wouldn't be complete if we didn't actually hold some metal for ourselves and actually touch the real stuff. That's a 12.5 kilo bar of gold called a good delivery bar or standard bar, worth probably around 800,000 euros, something like that.
That's why you had an armed guard facing you at the time, didn't
you? just behind the camera, there was a few guys with guns and stuff as well, so we were fully protected there. So they're just a few photos. But what we learned a valuable lesson while we were there, and that was that we were delayed getting to Germany because of the problems with the plane and stuff, which is fine. And we got there maybe lunchtime, and around 5 p.m. We were staying till the next day. So we were like, yeah, we're kind of here and everything's fine. At 5 p.m. on that same day that we arrived, we got an email from the airline saying there is a strike, an airline strike that starts at 8 p.m., so in 3 hours' time, and goes on for 2 days. And last year, I was actually in Germany and I got stuck because of the snow. And I was actually stuck at the same airport. So I was like, this is happening all again. Maybe it's bad luck. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's Germany. I don't know. But it was all kind of happening again. And when it happened last time, we really didn't know what to do. We were caught on the back foot. And because of that, we were at the back of the queue for everything. So booking extra accommodation, trying to get transport out, everyone was flocking at the same time. And yeah, we really didn't know what to do. And we suffered because of it. We ended up having 4 cancelled flights after that and staying an extra week because we just couldn't get to the front of the queue.
It's what prepared for it, were you? Yeah.
Say again, sorry.
It's what prepared for it, were you?
No, weren't prepared and weren't prepared to act. And that was the key thing. So when we got the email this time and we knew we had 3 hours until the strike started, I had flashbacks and thought, I'm not going to get caught out again. I'm not going to be at the back of the queue again. We're going to act. And to people that weren't prepared, it looked a little bit extreme what we were doing and how we were acting. But that's because we'd seen it before and we knew what was about to happen. Think about it like this. If there's 2 days of strikes, that's 2 days of planes not taking off. That doesn't mean to say that you're going to take off on the 3rd day, because now there's a backlog of people that can't go anywhere. So it's probably going to be the day after that or the day after that. So we decided, we were at the airport, we had our bags, that we were just going to leave the country and we didn't care where we were going to go. And we were just, from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, before those strikes started, we just said, we'll go anywhere as long as we're leaving the country within the next 3 hours. Again, sounds very extreme. And we were going, do we go to Istanbul in Turkey? There's a flight leaving in 2 hours. Do we go to Vienna? There's another flight. Because we didn't want to be stuck in that situation. And yeah, it looked very extreme. People around us were kind of saying, really, is that what you're going to do? You're not just going to kind of sit and ride it out. We thought, no, because we've seen this before. And as we made our decision, in actual fact, Charlie, we ended up going to Barcelona. We went to Spain because the next day we could get a flight from Barcelona back to the UK. No problem at all. Easy. And it proved a really smart thing to do. I know I'm patting us on the back here, but we'd seen before what not to do. And when the time came, we knew we had to act. And as we were getting on the flight, we were seeing the customer service desk getting busier and busier and busier. And the time delay for people to get seen and given options was getting longer and longer. And their options were getting less and less and less. Because those that had acted and knew what to do had already taken all the good spots and had already taken the good options. So you're left with what's left. And it really made us think, with your finances, it's totally it's the same situation.
Same thing. Yeah.
If you know what to do when the scenario comes up and you can prepare now, then when things happen, if/when, whatever timing they happen, yes, it might look extreme, but you're prepared and you will be at the front of the queue and you will thrive when others are struggling. And we really just urge people, even if there's, family and friends around you saying, oh, putting your retirement account into metals, it seems very extreme, or buying gold. Why would you buy gold?
Yeah.
To the unprepared, it seems extreme, but actually you're just preparing. And when the time comes, you will be the one that will sail through and you'll be the one that will come out on top. We really, really believe that.
Yes.
It's very interesting what you said there, because what you just described, I've had many times in my life, many, many, many times. And I thought, I wonder how Adam and James got out of this, because what I would have done in the same circumstance was catch a train to Friedberg.
All right.
Friedberg has an airport which is linked, is the same airport as Basel in Switzerland, as Mulhouse in France. It's one airport with 3 entrances. And that would then give you access to the French airlines and the Swiss airlines to get into the UK. But that is exactly right. You need to have a plan.
Yeah.
It was very interesting that you said, yep, we went to Barcelona back in the 1990s. As part of the only reason I learned this is because of the 1990s. We used to meet a group of 4 lads on a weekend at the airport with a suitcase packed, that we would simply take the next available standby flight. We would pay a standby ticket, which in the 1990s was about 50 quid.
Brilliant.
Just to fill up a seat. And I've been as far as Jamaica and as close as Manchester from London. And we had different problems getting back home on time after the weekend. But again, we used the same philosophy, and it's the same with money. The one thing that James, Adam, and Charlie have is we've been held ransom by the system before, and we're sharing the way that we got out of trouble, in the hopes that we can help other people before they get into trouble. And if you do get into trouble, show you the way out.
Yeah, that's so true. Because I was just thinking then, Charlie, not everyone has to be stranded in Munich airport twice to benefit from the first time they were stranded. You can benefit from when we were stranded and what we did. And equally with your finances, learn what we've done, learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, we always think... Go ahead, James.
That's right. I've got to say, just like one of these, Charlie, you've always mentioned this. I had this with me too, but I have it with me everywhere.
Yeah.
Just in case, 1 ounce gold coin. Again, just preparing for the worst. It's recognizable all over the world, isn't it? You'd always get home with that.
Yeah.
No matter what happened.
Yeah. It reminds me of the pandemic. I'm sure if there was another pandemic now, we'd all act differently. However we acted, we would act differently, because we've been through that scenario. We kind of worked out what we would do, what we wouldn't do. Did it work? Did it not work? And we would do it differently. I just think, let's not go through every scenario in life ourselves to learn those lessons. Let's learn from other people. And there's a solution right here. Thousands of people have taken the solution and are prepared. And that's what works. You hear of these people that are preparing for the world to end, and we don't know when it's going to, or if it's going to, or whatever, but they're preparing, and it looks extreme until the situation happens.
The one thing that there is a consensus right now across the informed, I won't say intelligent, I'll say the informed people are now becoming aware that the banking system is changing from a currency backed with fresh air to a new currency backed by either gold or silver or assets. So those that are informed are aware of that. It's up to you whether you want to be, as Adam said, at the front of the queue or at the back of the queue.
Yeah.
Don't wait for something to happen. I spoke to a customer just last week, whereas I thought, well, I'm speaking for him now, but there's things he told me. I was like, wow, I think what happened to his daughter sort of kicked him into action. His daughter had a business in the US with JP Morgan. They just closed her account down. She said, well, okay, at least give me my money back. What was in the account? They said, no, it's ours, basically. I know this is third-hand information, but they were just like, no, sorry, see ya. You know, people need to realize this is happening. This isn't us just making it up. This happens every day. And this is what motivated him to do what he's done. He's opened an account up for us now, and he's bought, I think he's bought precious metals for both his kids. He's got I think he had a son and a daughter, and he's doing it for them, and buying metals for them, you know, just to help protect them. But that's I think that's the point that motivated him to do what he did.
Let's play the other side of this. Let's say you are prepared and you are at the front of a queue, and you don't need to action your plan. Far better to be in that situation than to not have a plan and need to action something. It's better to be prepared and not need it than the other way around. But as I'm sure we all think, you know, we are going to need to action these plans because, like you said, Charlie, things are changing.
Yep, it is.
And many times when you do take action and you think, oh, thank God for that. And it's like us going to Barcelona. Great, we had a day in the sun, didn't we?
Yeah, James loves the sun.
It was actually, oh, this is all right, this.
Yeah, and the alternative was stuck in Germany, not knowing what you're going to do. Do you extend the hotel stay by 1 day? You don't know whether you're going to fly the next day, or do you do it by 2 days? Or, you know, your car's parked in Manchester Airport, do you extend it by a day? Like, you're up in the air. You're not in control. As you said, Charlie, your life is in someone else's hands. Whereas we said, no, we're going to take control. We're deciding where we go and what we do, and it turned out really good. We had a really nice day, surprise day in Barcelona. So
Adam, do you know what it came down to for me? It was uncertainty vs certainty.
Yes,
we just wanted certainty.
Yeah.
That was the main thing, wasn't it? And we had that by flying out to Barcelona. You know, we knew when we were going to get home. We still got home roughly the same time, didn't we? Or just maybe a little bit later.
Just about. So we actioned our plan, not being at the mercy of someone else's plan.
I don't know whether you remember this, but it was certainly when I was younger that most men wanted to be employed because they felt secure. It was safe to be employed until the day they got laid off. And then they didn't know what to do. But for people like you and I, we have chosen at a very young age to work for ourselves and take responsibility for ourselves, not to depend on other people, because we knew that we always depended on, and look, there's nothing at the moment more in black and white than US government bonds that were promoted as the safest thing to buy. Because they're backed by the government. They're cast iron. Cast iron mounted on a bowl of jelly.
Exactly.
Now I think there was $3 trillion worth of bonds that were liquidated in the last month.
Crazy.
People can't get rid of them quick enough, desperate to get shot of them because they're not worth anything.
As we've said many times, it's all good until it's not.
Exactly.
And
right.
you need to plan for the when it's not. And people think the good days will last forever, and then they're caught off guard when they don't. Again, prepare for when it's not going to be good. And if it's never bad, great. You've got a plan and it's all good. But have that plan. Please have that
What
plan.
we've always said, Adam, is just don't be chasing the train. You know, get on the train before it leaves the station.
Sure.
Because when it starts leaving the station, you're going to have lots of people running for it and trying to get on. Thousands of people. But like we saw at the airport. If we'd left it till last minute, if we'd just gone, oh, well, whatever, and we'll do it later or whatever. Or, you know,
well, that was
very quick, wasn't it?
That was very, very constructive, guys. And for those people who want to follow my journey, keep in touch with us and we'll keep you informed as I today put my money into silver and join the switching program, and we'll keep you updated.
Sounds good. Great.
Looking
Thanks, Charlie.
Cheers, guys.